two ways how we can develop scripts in JMeter. So first, you can create your scripts. You can just add samplers, thread groups, config elements, and you can create your scripts. And the another way is recording the script. You don't need to code, you need to just record it. So in this lecture, we'll be talking about how we can record our scripts. So we will take first a website for recording our website. Let's say passport, online application. So this is the website, that is passport.gov.in. So this is the website, passport website for India, where you can apply for passports. Okay. So this is my URL which I want to work with. Okay. Let me stop this. Okay. Now I will open my JMeter. I have already copied this URL. Okay. So what I will do, I will just paste it here, won't click enter. So as I told you before, what is Workbench? Workbench is a temporary area or a rough area, or you want to do a recording, you can do with the help of Workbench. Click on Workbench, you will find an add option, and in that you will find a non-test element. As the name suggests, it's a non-test element. It is not used for testing purposes but recording purpose. And in this you will find an option for HTTP test script recorder. It is used for recording the HTTP requests. Click on this. So you will find this option here. This port is not showing because for teaching the purposes I am zooming it, so that's the reason this sometimes becomes distorted. What we want to achieve is any activity which you are performing on your Chrome browser, we would be recording it here. We want to tell the browser that whatever request you are sending to the server, you need to first send it to JMeter, and then JMeter will send to the server. So that is, this JMeter application should come in between your browser and server so that it is able to record it. So we need to do some proxy settings. For Chrome, you will find the three dots here, and you can go to this settings option. In this setting option, you can type proxy, and you will find an option for open proxy settings. In this you will find lens settings, and you need to checkbox this, use proxy server. That is, we are adding a proxy. If address is not mentioned, you can give it localhost or any port. In my case it is showing 80, or you can use a different one also, it's not an issue. And you need to click OK. Once you have set this proxy, if you try to use the internet, it won't work because proxy is set. Now go to JMeter, and here you need to enter the port which was mentioned, you mention in your proxy. So what I mentioned was, I think it was 80. Yes, it is 80. So I will mention port 80. So now this JMeter is listening here, this port. Also, this will record, but I need to tell a location where you need to record a script. So you can record it anywhere. This is known as, this is here you will find that you can either save it as Workbench HTTP, you can directly save it here. If I add anything in test plan, then it will show a drop down here. But what is the good practice is JMeter is you right click on this HTTP request and you add a controller known as recording controller. As soon as you add this recording controller, in the drop down here you will find this option that you want to save this under Workbench, then HTTP request recorder, then recording controller. So it has given the path, just select it. So we have told to listen on port 8080 and record all the scripts under this. Now click on start to start the recording. When I click on start, it will ask for some certificates. For your approval, just click on OK. For the first time, your system might also be giving some alert to give access to JMeter. Just click it OK. Now, let's go to the passport website and let me click enter. So this passport website is loading. You can see here, and under this you will find some scripts are being working. Now let me stop my script. Now it is not recording. So you have seen that inside your recording controller it has get 4 request. So in this it's some Microsoft get request. This is the actual one. It is hitting the passport one. It is also hitting a passport one, but it is fetching some image file, that is JPG file. Same here. So we have recorded the script. If I want to play it, so in a test plan, I have added a thread group. As we have told, thread group creates the number of futures, that is how much load you want to apply in your test case. I will name it as passport home page scenario, let's say. You can name anything. Under this, I will add a controller known as simple controller. Simple controller does nothing, just it is a function which like a test pen, it holds something. So it's a sub type of collection where you can add something. So what we will do, we will copy all these 4 requests. You can drag and drop, or you can just copy and paste it here. So we'll see all these requests are saved here. Now we don't need Workbench, right? So we have added 4 requests and we can add a listener here. Listener is to fetch a result. When we'll be executing these 4 APIs, we want to fetch the result. For that is report, we use view result tree. So we have a test pen. Under this we add a thread group. Thread group tells how many users load you want to apply to a website. So in our case it is 1. 4 scripts, we have copied these HTTP requests from here. So these 4 requests are needed to open the website, that is passport website. And view result tree, it will hold your result. When I click on run, you will see only request under the test plan would be executed. As I've told before that all the requests which are available in Workbench won't be executed. Let me first save my test plan. I will save it under JMeter videos, recording test scripts, and I will name as Chrome recording, and I will run this. Test is executing. Let me see my results, and it is showing green. There were 4 requests, so 4 have been executed. Yes, test has been stopped. It took 9 seconds and all those requests have been executed and they have worked fine. But you can see here that these requests, out of these 4 requests, 1 request is hitting Microsoft Weather. When we open any website, you can see there are a number of API calls. You know APIs, that APIs are needed to fetch the data. So sometimes we use third-party APIs also to need to fetch the data. So this website might be using this third-party website. This is the website we want to hit, and these 2 APIs are just downloading some image. When we are doing load testing, so we are majorly concerned about this. We are not worried about this website. We don't want to apply a load to see how many images it can download or not. Our main motive is to that we applied load on this website and to check our result. So we can delete these APIs we are not interested in. So we can remove this image file. We are majorly interested in providing load to our passport website. Now save this and you can run this. In the result, now you will see one website link is being hit. So this is how you can do record and play. You can record a website. You will find a number of APIs. So out of those APIs, you can select what is the relevant API you want to put load on, because there can be some third-party APIs like Google Analytics, fetching images and all those stuff. So you can find the correct API you want to put load in, and you can do your performance testing. So this was record and play using the Chrome browser. One more thing, we changed the proxy while recording with Chrome browser. So if you want your website to work normally back, you need to just uncheck the proxy back. So you need to uncheck this so that your website is working properly. Now you can see, open anything, it will work, right? Okay. So in this lecture, we will be doing the same stuff with the help of Firefox. Let me open Firefox here. So Firefox is launched. So we'll be doing similar thing, recording the script, but we'll using another website, that is that JMeter website, that is jmeter.apache.org. So here also in JMeter we need to change the proxy. So I will go to the options, and in advanced I will find a network option here. In this you will find this setting options. So same thing that we changed in Chrome. Instead of system proxy, switch to manual proxy. You can type localhost here and any port which we can use. For mine case, it was already localhost and 8080. Click on OK. Proxy is set. Now open your JMeter. What we need to do? We need to do some rough work. So I will add a non-test element, that is test script recorder port. So the port we mentioned for Firefox was 8080. Under this I will add a recording controller to record my scripts, and I will change the path where I want my scripts to be saved, that is under Workbench, test script recorder, and then random controller. So inside this my scripts would be saved. I have to save my test plan before I need to execute. Instead of Chrome recording, I will mention Firefox recording. Seems good, and let me start the recording. As soon as I check the certificates, it is in recording mode. Let me hit this URL again for the recording. So recording is done. You will check, yes, I have the APIs. Let me stop the recording now. So I do have the scripts now. In the previous case we have seen, let's analyze first these APIs. Yes, so it's not hitting Apache JMeter, it's some different API. Yes, this is the one. It's a CSS file. It's also an SVG file, image file. These are again the image files. So are we interested providing load on these fields? No. We are only interested in this JMeter Apache file. So the one case is that you can delete it now, or you can tell the JMeter during recording the scripts that you need to don't record these .css and .svg files. So how you can achieve this? In your recording controller, you will find an option here, request filtering. Here you will find two options. One is URL pattern to include, URL pattern to exclude. Suppose you want to add, let's say when I'm recording, only to include HTML files or let's say JS files, so you can add and include them, but we won't recommend, don't use this option URL patterns to include, because you don't know what you'll be missing. Instead, you can use this pattern to exclude, that the APIs which you don't want to use. As are in case we don't want these CSS and PNG files. So JMeter provides some suggested extensions which you can exclude. Just click on it and you will find here. What it is saying to exclude. I will just copy paste it so it is easy for you to understand. So what it is saying exclude the BMP file, exclude the CSS file, JS file. So this is the command and by which you can want to exclude these files. If you want to add any more, just give a pipe symbol and the extension you want to exclude. Let me delete this and I will record again. And in this case, I have already checked. You need to exclude these type of files, so PNG and CSS files won't be recorded. Let's check this if it's working or not. Let me start my recorder and I will refresh my website. Okay, so it is doing the loading. Okay, so it is done, I think. Okay, let me guess. Yeah, it is done. And let me stop my recorder. Now you will see here, you have the Apache file. This is not the CSS file, that is some /CSS. But you won't find here .png and .chg extension. The reason is because we have done the exclusion here, that don't include the .css and .png file. So JMeter have worked smartly. So during the recorder, it didn't fetch these files. So by make it more, we can exclude the SVG files and other. So we can get the APIs we want to hit as per our need. So let's run this. I will just in the test plan add a thread group to tell how many users thread group I want to, or virtual users I need to create for testing. I will write name, that is scenario 1, let's say. In this I will add a logic controller, that is simple controller. It just acts as a container. I will copy this and paste under this simple controller, and I will add a listener at the hierarchy of simple controller. These are the hierarchy. Under test plan you have a scenario. Under the scenario you add a controller, and under controller you have request. You have added the listener at the hierarchy of simple controller so that it can record all the requests. I will save this and I will run now. You will see all the requests are run and they are executed perfectly fine. So this is how you can record and play script using the Firefox, and smartly you can override the extensions which you don't want to have. So in this lecture we will be taking another way by which we can record our JMeter script, that is through Blazemeter Plugin. So in Google just type Blazemeter Plugin. So I'm on Chrome. I will just add this plugin, add to my Chrome, add the extension. It is adding. Okay, so now the Blazemeter plugin has added. You will click on this, you will find these options. Also, you need to create an account if you want to record JMeter scripts. So let's do the login. So this is the Blazemeter website. I have already signed up, so you can just write your first name, last name and email and you can sign up. So I have already an account. I will just log in into it. I will just sign in. Okay, it's giving me wrong password. Just a second, maybe I forgot. Just a second, let me reset my password. I'm just pausing the video. Okay, the reason is that I never created a password. That in a sign up, it asks for first name, last name, and email. And when you just click on sign up, it will send a mail to your inbox, and through which you can set your password. So now I have set it a password, and let me try to log in. That is info@thehelpingtesters.com and my password, and I will click on remember me and just sign in. So it is logging in, that is loading my account. Let me save the password, and now in the Blazemeter you will find this option that is highway above. Okay, so now how I can record this? Let us open a website that is passwordgov.in that we used in our previous scenario, and I will go to the Blazemeter, and this is the option by which you can check and ask the Blazemeter to start the recording, and the name is passport scenario, and let me start recording. Now JMeter is in recording mode, and let me click on URL. Okay, so the website is launched. You will find a 2 option here, that is, it says it has recorded 2 scripts, and let me stop the recording. As you stop the recording, you will find this option of JMX. It's saying that you can export the file which can directly be opened in JMeter. So during recording the script we were doing in Workbench, and then we are manually copying pasting in test plan. What the JMeter is saying here, it is saying here that it will automatically create your JMX file. You don't need to do anything. So let's click this. So it is exporting a JMX file, and it has downloaded a JMX file. Let me open it and save it to my JMeter videos, and this is recording scripts, and let me add here, that is passport scenario JMX, and the same I will open in my JMeter, that is the passport scenario, and I will open it. You see, it has loaded it, and under the thread group you will find both these requests. So this is how you can work with Blazemeter. So for the Blazemeter, we are just studying that we need to install this plugin. So by this is also an option, you can record your scripts and it will directly create your JMX file. You don't need to do anything. So this is how, and another option for recording. Thank you.